What is up, everybody? This is Lady Ninja 77. Too sweet to be sour. How's it going? Along with my sexy man, Pook Ninja.
What's up? I don't know about the sexy part. Just like last week when you said that, I think you might be a little delirious. But if you think I'm sexy, I'm not going to disagree.
Okay, okay.
I'm a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm your boy, toy. Ba, ba,
A
ba.
sexy boy.
It's the Heartbreak Kid, Poop Ninja, and he lays down for nobody. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hey, what's up, Dan B?
Hey, he gonna have tomato soup.
Hey, all right, man. A grilled tomato soup, have some grilled cheese with it too.
Hell yeah, that's some good stuff.
Grilled cheese and tomato soup. I love grilled cheese and tomato soup, man.
Oh yeah, me too, me too.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Dan. Hope all's well for you.
Yes, yes. Now we're going to talk about the Last of Us TV show. What I thought about it.
Well,
It did.
real quick for people who might not know, which most people know, but for
Mm-hmm,
people who might not know, the Last of Us show premiered on HBO Max on Sunday. It's the show based off the video game on PlayStation systems, The Last of Us.
mm-hmm.
So that is the show. Dan B says still don't feel good. Got sick this
Aww.
morning. I'm sorry to hear it, man.
Hope you feel better.
I hope you feel better, man. I know when I get sick, I like to have some chicken noodle soup or just the
Oh
chicken
yeah,
broth.
yeah.
You
Me
know,
too.
yeah.
Me too.
But yeah, the show's based off the Last of Us video game that was on PS3, PS4, PS5,
Yep.
and stuff. So just if somebody listening might not know about what it's based off of.
Yeah. Well, the story is kind of like what the video game is. There is still some little tweaking and shit like that. I liked it. I just wish that some of the characters would represent the characters that's portrayed in the game because I played the game again after I watched the show. I wish that Sarah looked like Sarah, Tess looked like Tess. Now, Joe actually looks like fucking Joe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I thought Joel was represented well. I thought Tess was represented okay.
Yeah.
You don't think she was?
No. The one on the video game was a lot more tougher.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even do the scene where she beats up Robert with the pipe, which I'm like, okay, it's on HBO. You know, that game is not exactly, it's gory. So what the fuck? You know, and I kind of wish they wouldn't make Tommy to be like a fucking drunk. He was not a drunk, you
Yeah.
know. So, if I would give it a rating, I would make it a 9 out of 10.
I mean, I thought Ellie, the actress that played the young Ellie, was pretty close.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. I wish she would have more of her attitude. I wish she had more of the Ellie attitude that I would expect it. You know,
Yeah.
hopefully next week they'll have, yeah, it's going to be a weekly show on HBO Max, and you have to wait till 9 o'clock to watch the damn thing. It's like, damn, I want
Uh,
to watch it now.
I do agree. It would have been nice if they would have just had the whole season there, so you could binge watch it or
Yeah.
do whatever you wanted. But they're trying to make it where everybody tunes in at the certain time.
Well, even Stranger Things, you put that shit on, and you can watch all the season.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Me,
like,
I thought all the characters were represented pretty well for the most part. You said Ellie didn't have attitude. I thought she did,
uh-uh,
especially with the Fireflies.
a little bit. A little bit.
I thought she had attitude,
A little bit. If you compare her between that and the video game, because I'm comparing that to the video game, the Ellie in the video game had more attitude than the girl.
Yeah.
Now, Marlene looked like Marlene. You know, it's like some of the characters did not actually look what they were supposed to look like. Joel actually fucking looked like Joel. You know.
Yeah, Joel reminds me a lot of Joel on the video game. I mean, I think they did well with that one for sure.
Yeah, but I kind of wish they would have all the other characters represented. I didn't expect too high or too low on this show because I'm like, they're going to change something. But I kind of wish they would have, kept it to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the atmosphere, the atmosphere in the backgrounds and everything, it reminded me a lot of the game and stuff.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with the first 2-hour episode there. I don't know how the rest of the series is going to be, but I think they did pretty well with it. I mean, I'm with you. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's above average. Maybe an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. It's a good show. I think even people that are not a fan of the video game would still like it, especially if you're like a Walking Dead fan or were a Walking Dead fan. This might be a show you might want to get into. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I liked it. It just needed some work. They should have took some more time on it. Especially being on HBO, especially when you can like watch Sopranos, have more graphic shit.
You just want blood and violence and gore, which
I wanted it to represent the game. The game is not pretty. The game's not pretty. You survive in a fucking post-apocalyptic thing.
You thought the show was pretty? I mean, did you think the show?
Well, I'm just saying the environment and the violence, is with the game.
I'd have to disagree. I think the show was pretty gritty, the backgrounds and everything, and like how he was working for those money notes and I don't know. I thought it was pretty well done. I mean, I give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, I
kind of wish because they were going after guns, not a battery. They go after a battery later.
Well, anything that gets adapted, like a video game to a movie or a book from a movie or whatever, they always change things in it. I mean, because you have writers and stuff, and they'll adapt things, and they probably went battery instead of gun because I think they want the show to be a mainstream show. It's not just for the hardcore fans of the game and stuff.
Well, they should have did that because they should have fucking did that. Those are my gripes on the show. But I did like it. I give it a 9. I'm looking forward to see more of the show, but I wish you could fucking binge watch it instead of wait until fucking 9 o'clock.
I agree with that. I wish that they would have put it, even if they didn't put the whole season on, if they would have just gave us at least like 4 episodes that we could have watched in a row, or over a couple days, instead of having to wait for 1 episode a week, because that's going to get kind of old. That's the old style where you had to wait till next week to watch.
Well, even like Walking Dead, you would have to wait like all of it. And I'm like, now you can actually watch all those on Netflix. I was fucking Walking Dead out after Negan and there was like the Commonwealth. I'm like, okay, you're doing the Commonwealth over what Fallout 4 was the Commonwealth. It's like I tried watching it and I was like, I can't get in this shit.
What I'm saying is, that they probably already have that whole first season filmed. It's got it in the can already.
Yeah.
And the old style of television was a weekly. You would have to watch it weekly. But with everything the way things are now and the speed of internet and everything, they should throw at least 3 or 4 episodes of time on there.
They should have.
Because the first episode was 2 hours long and it did give a good history and stuff. But I think if they would have put 3-4 episodes together, I think people could have got more into it. So
Yeah, that's what I think about that. You know.
I haven't seen anybody's reviews or anything on the show, but I've heard just from people that I know it's kind of mixed. There's a few people I know that didn't like it, and then there was some people that thought it was great. So
Yeah. I'm gonna be updates on the channel next week. We're gonna be doing a 80s talk about 80s music, talk about 80s stuff on my channel, and then I'm going to be doing some retro-ish games. Check that out on my channel. Be on play, stream that on my 5. I don't have the fancy thing, but look out for that. And then after that, I'll be in the 90s show. 2000, I don't give a shit about. Do you have any channel updates, Mr. Ninja?
Not really. I just did a live stream last night on the IRIM arcade game collection on the Evercade VS, and was on for about an hour. We all had a good time hanging out and talking while I was gaming, and I put on some more Memphis wrestling stuff, some more thrift store pickups. Next week, I am supposed to be doing a retro professional wrestling show, the show I used to do, Boston Spencer, me and Boston, and we may have a special guest. I'm not going to say who it is, but anybody that's familiar with PWO and HWO and those communities, you'll know who he is.
Nice.
He may be joining me in Boston, and he may become a regular on the show, but we're bringing back the Classic Pro Wrestling Talk.
Oh, nice.
The head of security, Boston Spencer, myself, and maybe a third co-host. So.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
I plan on doing some more gameplay lives sometime. I don't have any set day or anything. So.
Yeah, I don't either on the gameplay thing. I am going to be getting the Resident Evil 4 remake. I will be streaming that.
I just got Resident Evil 8 Gold today.
I know, and I might stream that because it has the third-person perspective. You can actually fucking see your character go around instead of, you're guessing to go by the enemy.
Yeah.
And...
Shout out to CM, aka Gonzo. He was the one that talked me into doing a stream because I was just going to do gameplay videos of that collection. So
yeah.
But it was a great stream. I had a lot of fun. I was on for over an hour. It would have been longer, but my I use XSplit, my XSplit program, to see the comments went out. So I went ahead and ended it after an hour, a little over an hour. So. Right.
I hate it when technology does that shit.
Well, my computer's always doing something. My computer programs, or my camera, or something.
Jason!
What's up, Jason?
Jason, I need to have you on my 80s show. I want the 80s dude.
Yeah, Jason, if you can come on the 80s show next week here on Lady Ninja's channel, I will send you a link through the Gmail and get that set up so we can do that show next week.
Yeah, I want him to be the 80s dude.
Bring the wig, man. Bring the 80s metal rock wig, man. Yeah.
Hell yeah. 80s was a good decade, man. It had the music. It's like you didn't have the internet back then, but it was a good era. So was the 90s.
The 80s, the 90s were cool. I don't know. I think by the time 2000 came along, I already had too many bills and responsibilities. So
yeah, I know.
So like from 2000s on, I had kids and bills and responsibilities, so it wasn't as fun anymore. But 80s and 90s were great. Hell, the late 70s were great. No, I was a little kid,
Yeah, I was a kid in the late 70s too.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Hell yeah.
That will be fun, Jason. That will be fun. Very fun. We're going to be talking about music, retro stuff, anything we think about. next week. You know, be 80s talk. I don't care about 2000. 2000, like, eh.
Yeah, like I said, by the time 2000 came along, I had too many bills and responsibilities. So
They're coming out with a 90s show pretty soon on Netflix. And
like with the 70s show guys growing
yes,
up.
and it's them with they had kids. I think some of the original members are showing up. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but I'll give it a watch. You know, I'll give it a watch because I love 70 show that because, you know, born in 70s, you know, I love the 70 show.
Right. And
But
then but yeah, I will definitely when Lady Ninja gets that set up, Jason, I'll give you a link. I'll send you the link over in the Gmail. So we'll get that set up. So, Lady Ninja, what have you been playing lately? What video games you
I
been
have
streaming
been
in your consoles?
what video console I've been playing actually my Switch and my PlayStation 5. I played a little bit more of Last of Us. I was trying to compare that to the show. And then I got a little bit farther than on Final Fantasy VII Reunion. It's a side story. It was a PSP game. Basically, it's a remake of that. And I got a little bit farther because there was a boss I was getting pissed off at, and I finally beat him.
Nice.
I'm like, you play as Zack instead of Cloud, which I'm beginning to like Zack.
I like Cloud though. Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. He's the man, you know.
Yeah, but originally in that story of the Final Fantasy VII reunion, Zack was the soldier, not Cloud.
Yeah.
You know, I like Cloud too. Oh, they're coming out with a Sephiroth amiibo. I want to get that.
I seen that online that they're coming out with.
Yes, I want to get that.
Yeah, Jason, I like, as much as I like the 80s, I like the 90s a little more because I was, you know, older but still young in the 90s. So I got to enjoy a lot of that stuff, you know. In the 80s, I was more of a kid for most of it. So,
yeah.
You know, in the late 70s, you know, 1984, I was 10. So, yeah, I mean, I'm more of a 90s guy really than an 80s guy, but I did go through the 80s as well. So Cloud had the crazy hair. It's almost as good as Leon's hair. Resident Evil. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They always had those spiky hairs. I don't know why. But in the 90s, 96 was our best year. That's when me and Pook Ninja met.
Yep. And then 97, we got married, which we got married like a couple weeks before Final Fantasy 7 came out on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like a week or two after we got married, I went to a electronics boutique and bought a copy of Final Fantasy 7. Actually, I was with Fat Ninja.
Yeah, because I was there too, and you picked it up, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, Fat Ninja was with us because Fat was in the one in South Bend or Mishawaka.
Yeah, something like that.
They didn't have electronics boutique in our town yet. We had to go next town over, and we picked it up. Because at that time, games like that didn't just show up at Walmart or Target. It's like,
no.
If it did, it was weeks and weeks later. Like, you had to go to like electronic boutique or a Babbage's or something like that to pick up those games. If Final Fantasy 7 game was huge when it came. Oh yeah, man, when that came out, that was like, and getting the strategy guide, that white cover official strategy guide. I think you still have it, don't you?
Yeah, I still have it, and then I have the remake, which I kind of wish they would have had the whole fucking game. Yeah, I gotta wait for the other two parts to come out.
So
I was like,
I remember picking that up. That's, you know, and then playing that, and then at the same time, the clerk at the electronic boutique was handing out PlayStation Underground demo discs for free to everybody.
Oh, I remember those.
This was the 2-disc one that had like playable demos and plus had like, it was like a video game magazine on a disc, and you pop it in your PlayStation 1 and watch the articles and then play the demos and stuff. It was pretty cool. So Easy digging. What's up, Easy?
Hey!
Water from the neighbor's house. Yeah, Lady Ninjas, tell me your water heater went out. Believe me, I've had my share of issues with water heaters.
Yes,
I
we have.
Me and my dad put in 2 different water heaters in this house. So far, the second one we put, because we bought this house, the water heater did what Lady Ninja said yours is doing, leaking, and it would work, but it would just leak all over. So I mean, it was shot. We bought a new water heater, but that water heater, the pilot light wouldn't stay lit, and it was electric one that would start automatically, but it just wouldn't stay lit. And then they had a safety recall on that water heater, so we took it back and got a new one, and then we had to reinstall the new one. I'm not a big plumbing guy, but my dad, he's rigged up shit for years, so we rigged it up. But that's been a while. It's been about 10 years or so. 10 or 12, something like that. It's been over 10 years. That water heater's done us so far. So
yeah.
But your heating ducts was like rivers. Oh man!
Oh my god! Hopefully you get that fixed soon. That's ridiculous.
Water go. He probably got floor registers and floor air ducts. So water all went into those, and then that's some shit, man.
That is some shit.
I've had my pain with water heaters. Matter of fact, every time I see a water heater in a video game, I always point me and Lady Ninja. I go, look, water heater.
I do it too, and I'm like, Ninja, there's a water heater.
Yeah, we see a water heater in a video game, I always shoot it or kick it or something.
Or furnace.
Or furnace. Yeah, those two have been a pains in my ass since buying this house for the most part.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, water shut off. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I don't like. We have a shut off at the water heater too, where we can have water in the rest of the house. We just you shut the water off at the water heater, so that way you got water going through your sinks and your toilets and all that kind of stuff. But you don't have no hot water because I mean it's all gonna be cold. So like cold showers, you know. Which I remember we used to heat up water on the stove and fill the tub up and took like lukewarm baths and shit.
Oh yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, we were out with a water heater for a little bit.
Oh yeah, we had this new one for a while.
Yeah, we went without hot water and a water heater for a little bit. I mean,
I know.
A week or so, or a few days, or whatever that.
I think it was. Yeah, I don't remember.
Because we didn't get it right away, but yeah, I hate that stuff, man. Water heaters, furnaces, roofs, the roof of the house. Those
brakes for cars.
That's like the 3 big ones in the house: the water heater, furnace, roof. A lot of little stuff, but you know the floor is caving in, so I could tell the water was still spraying out after. Oh damn! Yeah, man.
Damn.
Water ain't gonna. If the floor's already got damage, that water is just gonna help weaken the wood. You probably gotta have to put a new subfloor down, maybe.
Yeah.
If the joints and the joist joints and all that stuff is good on the floor beams, you don't have to replace those, but you have to replace the subfloor, and then you can replace the top flooring if you want. But I mean, you know, because I had to do that in the kitchen. I had to tear out the subfloor and then put in new flooring, and then put on the top flooring, I can never say the word aluminum. The tiles. I'd say it's been leaking for a while. Definitely going to need a rebuild. Yeah. I mean, it's hard work, but it's not. I mean, if you don't have that big of a kitchen, I mean, you just basically put a subfloor down and then put in your new tiles or whatever you're using for the top. I mean, or if you just don't really care, like me personally, I don't care what it looks like as long as it's sturdy. I didn't even worry about a top floor, but she wanted a top floor, so we got the tiles and all that. But me personally, I just left it on a subfloor and walked on it. It would have been all right with me. I don't care about all that shit, man. It don't matter to me. Shit,
That's
as long as there's electricity and the roof's good, and that's the thing. I can do the job, just need materials. Yeah, man.
that's
I
gonna
mean,
cost.
if you got a small kitchen, it's not going to cost too much as long as you don't have to replace any beams or anything like that. You
Hmm.
just got to tear out the old subfloor, put new subfloor in. It's
Yeah.
not going to cost that much. I mean, it's going to cost. I mean, you're going to. I mean, I couldn't tell you exact amount, but I mean, I know it's going to be in the hundreds, probably.
Hmm.
Maybe less if your kitchen's really small. I don't know. I mean, we don't have a huge kitchen. We just kind of
No.
an average size kitchen. So, you know.
Are you ready to watch the Rumble coming up?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm not like, oh yeah, Royal Rumble like I used to back in the
Hmm.
day. But I mean, yeah, I don't mind watching it. I mean, I mean,
Well, what I'm going to do on my channel is I'm going to cover reactions of the men's and ladies Rumble.
yeah.
The other matches I don't care about. Whoever
Yeah,
wins the Rumble.
I mean, like I said, I'm not that excited about the new wrestling. I'm more into the old, 80s to early 2000 wrestling. I still follow it. I read the news and stuff, but I mean, it's not like, if I forgot to watch it because I was busy doing other shit, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck, I missed the Rumble.
Right.
So,
But
not,
I'm
not
going to cover reactions of the men's and ladies
Yeah, I
on
mean, something good
Rumble.
might happen. I don't know. I mean, you never know. I'm kind of hoping they'll do like they used to do and have some like legend wrestlers come out. Like some of the old legends that are still around that could still wrestle. There's still quite a few around. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it'd be interesting if they do that or not. If they just have all these current wrestlers, I really don't care. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of, like wrestling back in the day, man. You had like all the crazy guys like Roddy Piper, One
Oh,
Man
yeah.
Gang, and Butch Reed and Macho Man, and Ravishing Rick Rude,
Hmm.
and now these guys all look like half of them look like supermodels. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah. Yeah, you had
They're-
your good guys and your bad guys. Now
they're-
you barely
I mean, I'm
have
not
any.
saying these guys aren't tough or anything like that, but I'm just saying they all look like pretty boys, and the promos aren't too crazy. Sometimes they have some good promos, but I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm just not that excited about it. But I mean, if you got it on and I ain't doing anything, I'll watch it.
Well, I'm going to do reaction of the guys and women's. I could give two shits who wins a belt. I can give to.
Is Roman Reigns still the champ?
I believe so.
Like,
I believe he is.
I feel like the secondary titles lost their value, like the Intercontinental.
Oh, yeah. That
US.
too. Yeah.
Because back in the day, the Intercontinental title belt was almost as popular as the World Heavyweight Championship.
And the U.S. belt. And
Yeah, those were like important, or like the tag team titles were important. It's like now, it seems like nobody gives a shit about those belts.
no, they
It's just
don't.
like the Universal title or the WWE title, or whatever. So, but
Right.
I'm not opposed to watching it. I'll watch it. I'm not like, rubbing my hands together saying, "Oh, I can't wait for the Rumble," that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes, it used
agree.
to be so much better, Easy. I mean, it used to be so much better, especially from the mid 80s all the way up to about 2000, and then the Attitude Era. I mean, first you have what I call the Hulkamania era, from like
Hmm.
84 to 91, 90.
Hmm.
That's like the Hulkamania era. That shit was awesome with Macho Man and Hulk
Yep.
Hogan. And,
Yep.
and even some of the other lower wrestlers like Big Boss Man and stuff like that. Those stuff was great. Honky Tonk Man, and
Yeah.
and then you had then you had the little era before the Attitude Era where it was just kind of, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't quite as good as the Hulkamania era. And then you had the Attitude Era, which was fucking awesome with Stone
Oh,
Cold.
yeah, it was. It
and
really was.
Mankind and The
Mm-hmm.
Rock and Val Venus, The Godfather, all
Oh
that stuff.
yeah.
The Headbangers, fucking
Yep.
yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, yeah, easy. That was the good stuff, man.
Oh
And
yeah. It's like people are too damn sensitive. That's the reason why they don't do that shit anymore.
then around 2000, I don't know, 2004 ish,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around there is when it started kind of going downhill. And I was still watching and then not watching. And then finally, I just quit watching. I lost the interest because it was getting kind of
Oh
weak.
yeah, it was getting stupid.
And every once in a while, they'll come out with something good and make you kind of watch again for a little bit. But I don't know. It's not like it used to be. Like Easy said, it's
Yeah,
used
it's
to be
not
so
like
much better. Yeah.
different style showed me a picture of he has a picture with Stone Cold
Hmm.
in the 2000s. I guess it was in 2000. Yeah, the picture took him with Stone Cold.
Different styles used to work for independent wrestling. He was a guy in the back, that would do side stuff. I mean, he didn't wrestle or anything, but he would do, like I don't know what you want to call it, almost like a roadie type or something like that. And
You lasted long.
he interacted with a lot of wrestlers. He's told some stories on some of my past streams. So
Mm,
like he's worked with like Eddie Guerrero and Balls Mahoney and some other guys. So he
that's
lasted
cool.
longer than I did. I made it to about 91. Yeah, man. I mean, like I thought Russell was still good, after that, like even the Attitude Era, which was like what
Hmm.
96 to about
Or
2000,
something like that. Yeah.
something like that. And but yeah, I think the 80s, that night 84 is about when I started really watching. I was 10 years old. And the whole at that point was the WWF with the whole rock and wrestling and all that
Hmm.
stuff, and then the Hulkamania, and then Andre the Giant,
Yep.
and Junkyard Dog, and
Yep.
Iron Sheik, and Nikolai Volkov, and Captain Lou Albano. And that's just good stuff, man. Jesse the Body Ventura, and that's my favorite era is like 84 to 90. Kind of like when you quit watching in 91. That's like when the first good era ended. And
Yeah.
then it was still good, but it was kind of weak. Yeah,
Superfly.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Hell yeah, man.
Hell
Superfly,
yeah.
Magnificent Morocco, and all those guys, man. Bobby the Brain Heenan, and King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, all those guys. Man, that was good shit. I that 91's about when it started going downhill for a few years, and then it picked
Yeah.
back up. Then had the Attitude Era, and then I think it went downhill after the Attitude Era ended. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, I don't think it's ever picked back up yet. But
No, it hasn't.
other people might think, that there was another era that was good, like in the 2000s, but I just don't personally. That's about when it ended good for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
true professional
True wrestling.
wrestling.
Yeah.
And I watched it all, man. I watched the WWF. I watched the NWA, which later became WCW. I watched AWA, World Class. I'd watch any kind of independent that would come. I mean, I was hooked.
Hmm.
I was hooked for many years. So it's kind of disappointing to see where the wrestling product is, the wrestling show is now. But I mean, it's a different time and different fans and different, they move on. So, but yeah, that's my style favorite. It's probably 84 to 91,
Yeah.
then the Attitude Era. So good stuff. Used to go to local matches. Yeah, we used to
Mm.
get in the next town over in South Bend at the Notre Dame Stadium, the JACC stadium that's inside Notre Dame University. WWF used to come to town like once every 6 months to a year. And I used
Mm.
to go. And then after the Attitude Era, we had a lot of independent wrestling that would run here in my town.
Hmm.
Like, remember at the old Pierre Moran Mall,
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
wrestling in the mall, and they'd have some names. They'd have, like, I remember, like, Canyon from WCW
Yeah,
was there.
Canyon, yeah.
Um, oh man, Hardcore Hall, not Hardcore Holly, but the other hardcore,
Mm-hmm.
the other Holly, but I can't remember his name. Crash Holly.
Crash Holly.
Crash
There was a
Holly,
crash in
owned by the
hardcore.
Bad Mikey, he was there. AJ Styles was there before he was a big star. He used to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a Northeast Wrestling League. Yeah, there is a lot actually. There's a lot of little independent organizations that run in the Northeast. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are successful, and some of them are just local independent. You know, just locally ran. Got a lot of local talent. They'll bring some big names in. I know a lot of the Northeast wrestling. They bring some big names in back in the day, like King Kong Bundy and Sal Sincere, Tom Brandy. They'd bring Tom Brandy in. They bring some other big names in at times and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with little independent wrestling. A lot of that's good stuff too. There's a lot of good independent wrestling out there. It's just if you're lucky and you find a decent independent company in your town and you're a wrestling fan, I mean that's like cool because that's your own hometown wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
always cool, yeah.
I like the NWO.
Yeah. That was WCW in the WWE's Attitude Era. The NWO was WCW's thing, you know.
And then they had towards the end, they had so many people part of the NWO. Yeah, it's like they couldn't keep it to the, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan. They should have just went with that.
They watered it down when they started bringing in like $1 Million Man and Virgil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mike Rotundo, IRS, they brought him in, and Scott Norton, and they kind of watered it down. If they'd have left it like Hogan, Nash, Hall, X-Pac, and man, I'd have just left it to them. To be honest,
because there was too
like
many
Macho Man and Sting and all them be WCW, you know.
Yeah, they should have kept it at that. I remember towards the end of WCW, and I'm like, you got so many damn people being part of NWO. So I might as well make it NWO show. You know, it's like, damn.
Well, that's what Bischoff wanted. He wanted two separate shows. He talked about it on one of his podcast things. He wanted an NWO show and a WCW show. And then at their big events like Starrcade and stuff, you'd have WCW versus NWO.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do, and why they didn't do it, I don't know. But
I don't know. Maybe they ran out of money by that time. I don't know.
But I know at one point they'd have the NWO come to the ring. There's like 14 dudes or something.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, what the fuck? You got a quarter of your roster all NWO.
I know. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense too. You know, if you have an NWO, like let's say WCW Saturday Night became the NWO show, and WCW Monday Nitro was the WCW show, and build both shows up as big shows, and then at the pay-per-views have them fight each other. I think it would have made it interesting. And then off and on, have an NWO guy go over to WCW, or have a WCW guy go over to NWO and invade, or have little things.
Yeah.
I think that would have been interesting, but I know that's what Bischoff kind of wanted, but I don't know why that didn't happen. But
I liked also ECW.
Oh yeah, I love ECW.
Van Dam.
I loved ECW, man. New Jack and Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, RVD, and that was some good wrestling and crazy wrestling too. And
that shit was crazy. Even the fans were crazy.
Yeah, that started off as a little independent. ECW was Eastern Championship Wrestling, a Philly-based independent that got big. So I mean, sometimes little independents can get big.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I love ECW. I even like watching, like, if you've got Peacock, you can go back and see the old Eastern Championship Wrestling shows before it became Extreme Championship Wrestling. It was good stuff. Yeah, DX with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and
Oh, in China.
yeah, and then they had it with the New Age Outlaws and X Pac. That was fun too.
Yeah, of course, I'm glad they left it at that, not having like so many people part of DX.
Yeah, they just had like the New Age Outlaws, Shawn Michaels, Triple H,
Mm-hmm.
X Pac, and then of course China. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I always thought China was a badass, you know.
Oh yeah.
I
And,
thought
and I
China was
love,
cool. I know a lot of people didn't like China, but I thought China was cool.
oh yeah, she was whipping those dudes' ass. I'm like, damn,
I
you
mean,
go, girl.
realistically, she was probably stronger than half the wrestlers there. She was built.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she had the muscles more than some of the guys that, I mean, like an Al Snow or somebody like that. I mean, I'm not saying she could whoop their ass or not. I'm just saying she looked more like a wrestler than some of the guys did, you know.
And I loved it how they went to the door of WCW with a tank. And I'm like, I was gonna laugh my ass off if they opened the door.
They should have let them in. You know what?
Yeah.
If I was running WCW, I'd have let those motherfuckers come in. I could have had WWF on my show live. If she wasn't a Glow girl, yeah.
I love that show on Netflix.
Glow? No, the original Glow, though. You gotta watch the original Glow. I mean, it was just so campy and stuff, but it was great. You know, it was funny. But the wrestling wasn't always top notch, but the entertainment part of it was. I liked Glow. I used to watch Glow back then too, when it came on in like 88, 87, something like that. I remember Glow used to come on WGN Chicago. It was Channel 9 on the cable. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was. And they had like Big Mama, and Mount Fuji. You remember Mount Fuji? She was cool. And then you had like the farmer's daughter, and it was good. It was campy, but it was good stuff. It really was fun. Besides, you talked about the new Glow show that was on Netflix. They also, I don't know if they still have it or not, but they have a Glow documentary show with a lot of the old Glow wrestlers, the original Glow, the real Glow wrestlers, not the actresses.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a get together with Mount Fuji and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ivory from WWF, WWE. Ivory was a Glow girl. Her name was like Tina Ferrari or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah, she was in Glow. She was an original Glow girl. Ivory was. But the rest of those women, a lot of them never made it to like WWE or anything like that. You know, there was another wrestling women's promotion in the 80s and 90s called the LPW, Ladies Pro Wrestling Association, LPWA. And some of the Glow girls were in that too. After the Glow promotion died, some of the were in that too. So I don't know if I'm sure there's footage of LPWA somewhere. I'm probably on YouTube or something.
Probably.
Not bad stuff. It's not campy like Glow was, but it was just more serious wrestling.
Right.
Women's wrestling. Yeah, LPWA. I think even Jim Cornette did like commentary on it, and it wasn't bad. I'd watch it. It came on. It used to come on like Sports Channel America, or Sports Vision America, or something.
Right.
One of the old cable channels I don't think's around anymore. I remember used to watch it on that with a bunch of other independent wrestling. Right. They had it was like NAWA wrestling, and they had like Ricky Steamboat on there when Ricky the Dragon Steamboat wasn't with WWF or WCW. He was wrestling in the NAWA, and that's like where Tatanka from WWF started.
Don't remind me of that.
So
don't remind me of that.
But Hey, you got anything else you want to talk about? We're at the almost 45 minutes here. I don't know if you got anything else you
Um,
want to discuss or.
what video games are you looking forward to?
Oh man, I'll be honest. Right now, there's not anything new. I mean, I'm just kind of trying to pick up games that I haven't bought yet for cheap. That's my what
Mhm.
I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to find games for cheap that I don't already have. I'm busy playing. I'm probably playing like 10 different games right now. Like one day I'm playing the one, the other day I'm playing the other. And
Twisted Lemon. Yeah,
hey, Mr. Lemon, what's up, Pixel? How you
she
doing?
has arrived.
Is she still playing Stray?
Yeah, she says it's driving her bonkers. It shouldn't. It's about a cat. I
Isn't there like a lot of puzzles and stuff you got to like a lot of things you got to do? He's still playing out of the Mayo Mini handheld. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
cool thing, man. It's got all those different Nintendo and Sega games and stuff on it. That thing's
yeah.
cool.
I told EC that you would be interested in that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
found
that's
Grandma
good.
Robot. Who's
Yeah, that's
Grandma
funny.
Robot? Hey, Beverly, how you doing?
Beverly.
What's up, Beverly? Hope all's well.
Easy Big B.
Who's Grandma Robot?
It's on the Stray game. You get different robots. I told
Hmm.
her because when I played Stray, I actually tripped the robots. You know how
Yeah.
cats get by your feet
Oh
and
yeah.
so you can actually trip the robot,
Yeah.
and then you could do that thing where the cats rub up against your legs. You can do that, and it was really cool.
Gotta find out a way to stream you playing that thing. Does it have like an HDMI output on it to hook up to a TV? If you don't have an HDMI output, hell, if it because it's like a handheld, you could just hold have a camera set up and play it like that. Have the camera pointing at the screen where you can see it real good, and then you can talk and stuff while you're playing.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hell, I've done shit like that before.
Oh yeah, especially the what was that Retro Dojo, the Tower of
Yeah,
Wheels.
we just throw the camera in front of the screen and do it.
How many Wii's were there? Oh my god,
7, something like that.
7 Wii's. 7 Wii's was on top. Oh my damn.
Yeah, Stray's a game I want to play. Lady Ninja's got it on the PS5, so I'm waiting till I see it on the PS4 for like $20 or less, and then I'm gonna pick up my own copy of it, and then I can play it at my leisure. So, because she's usually busy playing her PS5, and it didn't come out on the Series X or anything. Might be able to do that with my Lego phone holder. There you go.
There
Yeah,
you
man,
go.
just rig up something to hold the camera where you can see the screen really well, and usually
Yeah.
the or your phone or phone or camera or whatever, and usually the audio will pick up good, and then you can talk while you're playing the game and stuff. It plays so nicely. Love controller moves with the game.
Mm.
So yeah, I haven't played it yet. I'm just waiting to find a PS4 version of it for $20. So far, it's still like 35 or something, but I'm holding out because I got enough other stuff I'm playing. So
Yeah, you get a trophy actually if you have your cat
mhm.
meow like over 100 times. I was trying to get our cat to pay attention to the
Yeah,
cat on TV. She didn't even give a shit. She was like, nope.
no, well,
And
yeah,
I
our
had
cat.
that damn cat meowing like crazy.
Yeah, because I seen videos of other people's cats trying to get at the cat.
Yeah, our cat didn't
Trying
even
to.
give a shit.
Yeah, I seen other people's cats in videos trying to interact with the Stray game cat and stuff, but our you tried that with our cat Packy, and Packy didn't give a shit. So
No, she didn't.
mm-mm.
She did not.
She
She
didn't
just
give
didn't.
a
She's like, nope.
damn.
You keep on pushing that button. Keep on pushing that button, man.
Yeah, there's nothing really new coming out anytime soon that I can think of that I'm really really interested. I'm sure something will come out, but right now I'm just kind of busy playing stuff I've already got, and I'm like I said, I'm looking for deals. I'm always looking for deals all year round. I'm always looking
Yeah.
for video game deals. I mean, if I see games that I'm interested in for cheap, I pick them up. Even if I don't play them for a year, even if they sit for a while. I mean, if I can get them for a good deal, I'll pick it up. So most of my stuff, that's how I get it. I just get it cheap. I wait till it goes down in price and then pick it up. And the funny thing is, a lot of that stuff ends up going back up in price later on. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got it for cheap. So
Me, I'm looking forward to the Resident Evil 4 remake, as well as Silent Hill 2 remake, and the new Zelda game that
Yeah.
comes out in May, almost around the time of my birthday. I'm looking forward to those games.
an early birthday gift for you.
Yes.
You'll probably, what'll happen? I'll buy that for you in May when it comes out as an early birthday gift, and then when your birthday comes, you'll want another gift, so you'll end up getting an extra gift for your birthday.
Because I'm awesome.
I know. I'm just saying, you do that to me all the time.
Yeah, whatever. But the new Legend of Zelda looks pretty cool.
You scam an extra birthday gift out of me.
Yes. You can blame Nintendo.
Damn it, Nintendo.
You can blame the Nintendo.
It's Mario's fault.
It's all Mario's fault that you're going to give me an extra gift for my birthday.
Right.
Yeah, well, no.
What was God of War for? I don't even remember.
I just traded in shit to get that.
Oh, yeah. We didn't.
God of War was not a gift, easy digging. It was, I traded in games. I had a couple gift cards. I was able to get it, which I did beat that game. It took me like 63 hours to complete the game. Of course, I didn't do every single thing.
Yeah, you said there was like more stuff you could do.
Yeah, like after you beat the game, you could do more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like beyond, but I was like, God of War out. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, God of War out. When you got of War out, you got of War out.
Yeah, sometimes you play a game for long enough, you're ready to not play it again for another few months or year or something, and then he just couldn't help himself.
Yeah, easy.
But yeah, I rarely buy a game when it first comes out for myself. Like if one of my kids or if she wants a game that's full price, they usually get it, but I usually wait until it's at least 30 or something, 30, 20. I like 20. I like paying 20 for games. I don't like to pay too much more than that. Every once in a while I will, but I try not to.
Right. Yeah, those are the games that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I don't really have any right now, but I'm just looking for deals on stuff that I like. That's all really.
But I did see some sweet. Remember that Capcom Resident Evil showcase that showed some sweet footage of the Resident Evil 4 remake?
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, it looks cool, but I've got.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got Resident Evil 4 on several systems, but this is the remake, like they remade 1 and 2 and 3 and all that. So it's almost like a different game, even though it's the same game because the way the graphics look and all that. I mean, it's definitely cool. I mean, I definitely
think they're going to add more stuff to it because there was a lot of people bitching about. You remember that dog you find and you're free, but the dog is fucking dead when you find it. And I was like, that dog didn't fucking help me anyway.
The only thing dog does is up on that farm, it barks and lets you know where an item is. But it's not an item you need to have for the game. It's just an item like extra. I forget what it was, like bullets or something.
Yeah. Well, I remember that one big guy on the Resident Evil 4, and that wolf comes and distracts him.
That's the guy with the guy with the chainsaw or a different one?
No, the big bulky guy, and you basically got to hit him from behind, and that little parasite comes off his
Oh,
back.
where all the like huts and stuff are.
Yes, and you
Yeah,
would get
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
bullets and shit like that, and you would have to dodge that shit, and you would have to get up there and beat the hell out of the guy to get that little parasite thing, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It probably have the part that you don't really like, that little harpoon with that fish.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, that fucking fish. You're in this boat, and there's like this
Mhm.
big mutated whale or shark or
Whatever
something.
the fuck it is,
And you
it's
got to
always
harpoon it, and then when the thing pulls, it gets your boat gets attached to it with the anchor or whatever, and
Mhm.
it drags you along. You fall out of the boat, it comes at you. You got to hop back in the boat and then grab the harpoon gun and
Yeah.
start hitting it. So,
Hi.
hey, what's up, Sunfish? How you doing? Cheers to you as well. But
What's
yeah,
up?
I hate that part, but I'm sure it's probably going to be in the remake. So.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be. I did read they were supposed to add some new stuff to it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But it's going to be awesome. I always loved, out of the Resident Evil series, I liked 1 and 2. 3, it was okay for me. 4, I liked. 5 and 6, I can do without. 7 and 8, awesome.
Sunfish says he wants to go harpooning. Fish tank.
Well, you could do that on the Resident Evil 4.
There you go, harpoon a big old mutated whatever the hell it is.
Whatever the fuck it was, all I know is if you stayed in the water too long, you keep on pushing the damn button, and then it would eat you.
Pixel said fish sticks. We got a box of fish sticks in the freezer. We need to either cook or, we either need to make them or throw them away because they've been in there for a while. They've been in there for a while. We need to decide
what to check the date.
Yeah, I'll check the date. Yeah, we may have to chuck those.
Do you like fish sticks?
Yeah.
What are you, gay fish?
Good old South Park. Fish sticks. That's crazy.
Yeah, that South Park episode.
Yeah. But I talking about Resident Evil though. I like all the Resident Evils. I mean, like some more than others, but Fish Sticks is a nickname for Twisted Lemon.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Well, we're getting towards the hour mark. I don't know if you got anything else you want to talk about or
stay tuned for my channel for like I said, I'm gonna be streaming the reactions of the guys Rumble and the ladies Rumble. I'm not gonna cover the whole damn Rumble because I get too damn old. Damn tired.
The WWE Royal Rumble is what she's
the WWE Royal Rumble, because sometimes they come out with some crazy guys. They've been having like the Hurricane come out a couple times.
And then next week, tell them what your show is next week.
Next week, I'm going to be doing an 80s show. If you have any questions, or whatever, if you want to be on the 80s show, we're talking about music and video games and all kinds of stuff.
80s video games, 80s music, 80s movies, 80s TV shows, 80s fashion, whatever. So far, I know it's going to be Poop Girl, Jason Saunders, and myself. All three of us are going to be on. So, and I think we may have a few other people joining us, but they'll let us know. So.
Yeah, but I will give you details on my channel when it gets closer to time, and then also I'm going to be doing random retro streams. Like I got the Cowabunga collection, play some Turtles. You can see me sucking on Cuphead,
Pixel.
Yes, Twisted, you can be there on the 80 show.
Yes, Pixel.
You can be... I've told you and text you. You could be on there when you want to. You don't have to be on camera. You can show your little lemon or whatever. That's little fine.
I was made in the 80s. I was made in the 70s.
I was made in the 70s too. So
I was born in 74. So
77 for me.
which is the same year the Atari 2600 came out. I think 1977.
Oh, in 77. So when I was born, the
The
Atari.
Atari came out it came out the same year, either before you were born or after. So
I don't know.
hey, my Atari still works too.
Yeah.
Well, last time I played it, I haven't played it in a while. I probably should hook it.
Have
Probably
you
should hook
played
the
your
old-
Atari today?
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't played
You
my Atari.
suck. You didn't play your Atari.
I haven't. It's been a while since I played the Atari. I've been playing newer stuff lately, but
Newer stuff. Yeah, you
newer
know what?
stuff and older games on newer stuff. I've been playing that. I haven't hooked up the old 2600 in a while. I need to hook it up. So, but yeah, I think we probably end it here. We're at an hour, so
Yeah.
unless you got something else you want to say or do,
Just
or
be
whatever.
on the lookout for the 80s show and me playing a little bit retro-ish games like Turtles, like some Genesis games and stuff like that. I'll be streaming that on my 5 because I don't have the high technology, if you will.
She don't have
You
a
know,
capture. She don't have a capture device, is what she's trying to say.
yeah, and well, you guys can still join the PlayStation 5 stream. You can hear me and talk, and it's just I won't be on camera. That's the
Yeah.
only difference.
And then I swear I was born in the wrong generation. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then next week here on Lady Ninja's channel, like we said, we're going to do the 80s show. Twisted Lemon's joining us. Jason Saunders with the 80s hair, he's joining us.
And then whoever else wants to, let us know. You're more than welcome to join. Just let me know. Say, hey, Lady Ninja,
Yo,
I want to be on the show. And I'm
So,
like, okay.
and
You know,
as for my channel, Poop Ninja, I don't have any plans for the rest of this week. I streamed yesterday playing some games. Yesterday we had a good time hanging out, joking around, playing games. Because that's pretty much what my streams are, just all about hanging out, joking, kind of like what we do here, basically.
yeah, that's what I do here.
Just talking about whatever comes up and joking around, having fun.
Yeah.
And I was playing games yesterday. I don't know if I'll stream any more this week. I might put some videos up, but I probably won't stream any more this week. But next week, most likely Thursday, I'm going to be doing my classic pro wrestling stream will be back with me and the head of security, Boston Spencer, along with another person from the PWO. I'm not going to say their name yet. But another PWO member may be joining us for that. So that should be fun. We always have a good time talking old 80s and 90s and early 2000s wrestling, professional wrestling. So we're going to have that. And I do want to do just a regular stream like this sometime, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do it. But yeah,
If not, it'll be on my channel.
If you're subbed to me, just keep an eye out on my channel. If not, I'll be over here with her. So it's all good either way.
Yeah, we'll still talk to you.
Packy is sitting there. Packy wants on camera, I think.
Hey, Peggy. No, she wants on my lap.
Oh,
That's
she's
what
waiting for
that
you.
is.
She's waiting for you to wrap it up so she can go on your lap.
Our cat is waiting for me to wrap it up so she can sit on my lap. Usually I have my recliner up, and she likes to be on my lap. She does. Oh my God.
So, all right. Well, I think we're about done, right? Or you going?
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for being on the stream. Look out for the shows. And just remember, join the madness. Later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.